Hello everybody, Princess the Bear here. I'll give you 3 guesses where we are today.
Grand Floridian.
You know, that white hotel on the 7 Seas Lagoon.
Floridian.
So, we're headed tonight to
Narcoossee's.
Narcoossee's. We're gonna go check out Narcoossee's. We're gonna see if they have some vegan options for the princess and something I want to eat. And we hear there's a new vegan dessert we need to try.
This is also the last restaurant that we have to go to that has a mandatory dress code.
Dang. Oh.
If you'd like to see all of the other restaurants that have mandatory dress codes, they will be in the description box down below.
You sound like a monorail announcement right now.
I did not try. I did not mean to do that.
And perfectly paced. You sound like you've been announced.
Remain seated, please.
I'm just waiting for the Spanish repeat.
Permanecen sentados, por favor.
Well,
I probably ruined that.
We're gonna go check it out. We'll see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe.
You heard the girl.
Freshy peppy.
Like the pepper?
Grazie. Beautiful sourdough bread with some oil and pepper because no earth balance here. That's okay. It's like an average table bread. I would eat it casually. On a daily basis, it definitely tastes fresh baked, but like this morning, not recently.
So if you're like me, and you're an uncultured bear, you know nothing about fine dining utensils. You always give me way too many. And this bread, I don't even know where to start. Legitimately. Oh, it's pre-cut. See? Taking a message to the princess over here. It smells fresh baked. And the sea salt butter. A light little dab. Again, I don't want to die. It's flaky enough. It definitely has that baked today taste. Nice and fresh with that dense sourdoughness to it, but kind of sour at the end. The sea salt butter is delicious. I like it. It's a good table bread, like the princess said. The flaky is a little bit like dandruffy, but I can live with that. I don't gotta clean it up. So 3 out of 5 plus.
So traditionally, I'm not a fan of eggplant, but we have it on this beautiful like quinoa salad. So I'm gonna go ahead and chop up one of these guys. And I'm going to take a piece of this quinoa salad as well. A nice full bite. Tastes earthy and tangy with a little bit of crunch. I'm not mad at it. It's not super packed with flavor, but this like little quinoa salad thing, I'm really digging that. And the crunch, and then whatever sauce is on this is a really good sauce. It doesn't bring a lot of like flavor when you eat it all together, but it's a good sauce nevertheless. It probably should have put a little more sauce in, and then I think it would have been good.
So So I admit, when I first saw this, I was paying attention. I almost could have sworn that the princess ordered barbecued riblets. But obviously it's eggplant. There's some lima beans in here, which I absolutely hate. But we're gonna try to get past that. A little full bite here. I like what they do with the eggplant. It's got an interesting crunch. It doesn't really taste, this is like it's a little barbecued. But honestly, the whole thing feels more like a salad than barbecued eggplant. It's not bad. I'm definitely interested in how they did that. This sort of like pickled slaw on the bottom is a nice compliment to how the eggplant is cooked. If it had a little bit more flavor, I'd say that on itself was probably a meal. But 2.5 out of 5 plus. Standard didn't wow me, but it's good. So, it's been a while. I finally got back in the mood where I'm willing to order shrimp and grits at Disney. And yes, I'm talking to you, Sasagula. They pre-make this sauce. This 2.5 out of 5 plus. This looks beautiful, if nothing else. But you know how judgy I am about my shrimp and grits. But got this beautiful arugula, the perfectly like charred shrimp. The grits look like perfectly creamy. Just dig in here. Don't forget nobody. Get everybody in for a ride. Go ahead and spear this here shrimp. So pretty on the fork. Like, that's almost Instagram worthy. You'll probably see a photo of this on Instagram somewhere at some point. That char and barbecue and the shrimp was like absolutely perfect. I would turn in my family for this. I would turn state's evidence for this. I would probably sell my left leg for this. I love my friends, but this is good. This is like, this is what shrimp and grits is supposed to be. Like you take a bite and it's like that savory, creamy goodness. The entire bite, the texture with the creaminess of the grits and the perfectly barbecued shrimp. But the char, unlike most places, it's charred perfectly on the outside, but it's not dried out. So the bite all the way through is absolutely amazing. It's a 5 for me. Anytime we come here, I have to get this. Like, without a doubt. Favorite shrimp and grits I've probably ever had.
So if you veganized it and you just did the grits with like the toppings and stuff, would you still give it a 5 out of 5?
Probably not, because the shrimp, it's such an integral part of the bite. I don't know that I could. The grits are good, but I don't know if I'd give the grits by themselves without anything else a 5 out of 5 plus. But this is definitely a 5 out of 5 plus. If you come here, vegan versus non-vegan, you gotta get the shrimp and grits. Don't pass those up.
The last time I had gnocchi at Disney was at the Turf Club. It was a carrot gnocchi. We'll put a link to that in the description box down below. Now this time I have a sweet potato gnocchi. And already, visually, it looks a lot better than that carrot gnocchi that I had. It smells herbal. It tastes incredible. It doesn't even taste like sweet potato. It's like, almost like you're eating a really soft, bright ravioli with like a light tomato sauce. It's totally what it tastes like. Incredible. Incredible. go, would eat it again, would come here and just like devour this. It's almost like pizza in another form. That's what it tastes like. Like the best pizza in the world. Anyway, I'm done gushing about this gnocchi. It's amazing.
I almost feel that after that little diatribe that I should give the princess some alone time with her food. But let's see if it's actually worth all that. The gnocchi looks good. Fork is good. Beautiful presentation, all the flowers and whatnot on top. It's got the gnocchi consistency like down perfect. I barely even noticed. Got a strong sweet potato flavor, but with some other flavors in it to balance it out, it's not bad. But it definitely just tastes like a seasoned sweet potato. At the end of the day, give that 3 out of 5. It's good. Definitely good than the last vegan gnocchi that we had. But it's still not my favorite.
Next we have Brussels sprouts. Slightly struggling with a Brussels sprout there, but I got one. Oh wow. That char tastes like these Brussels sprouts were cab-bombed. These are the best Brussels sprouts I've ever had. It just tastes like pure fire, like pure Brussels sprouts where you were just put on an open flame and then they just speak for themselves. This is incredible Brussels sprouts. My favorite. Like, yes. Oh my god. Almost like the Brussels sprouts better than the gnocchi. That is. Wow.
As for these Brussels sprouts, I do love me some Brussels sprouts. The charred and lemon pepper, like perfectly balanced. It's cooked all the way through, juicy. Everything you want about the sprout. It's a solid enhancement. It takes that word enhancement seriously. Like a power up or an upgrade. 4 to 5 plus. Feeling sort of bearish. I got swordfish. I do like swordfish, but it's very easy to run it. Easy on the fork. We got like some beautiful potatoes here. There's some of that. A little bit of sauce here. It looks pretty. It's definitely very colorful. Sort of acidity of the tomato on top of the swordfish. It's so good. It like pairs perfectly with everything on the plate. It's like a perfect bite. That's for sure. The fish, seasoned, it's got flavor. It's not dry. Back flavor. Easily give that 4 to 5 plus. Not as good as the shrimp and grits, but still really good. Alright.
I have a confession to make. I've never had bread pudding before. I'm not exactly sure how it's supposed to taste. I'm guessing it's like banana pudding. I don't know. Okay, so I definitely do not like the ice cream because it's clearly coconut based, and that's way too much coconut taste for me. But the bread, it's rather sweet. I can't put my finger on it, but I feel like I've had it before, like a fair food item, almost. It's kind of like a churro, but not like so deep fried and cinnamony. Cinnamony, whatever. It almost tastes like a warm, well-seasoned cinnamon, maybe apple muffin cut up into pieces like you're gonna make a stuffing out of it. Yeah, I guess I would say that. Having never had bread pudding before, I would say this is pretty good. Would I get it again? No. I'm assuming Bear is going to be eating most of this, but it's not horrible. It's just not my jam. It's good though. It's very good. Nothing against the dessert. It's just personal taste. Bear, I hope you're hungry.
So bread pudding, completely vegan. Cute little skillet with this, I assume it's some sort of vegan ice cream on top.
Yes.
It's interesting, for one, because we all remember that I'm not vegan, but I try all the vegan stuff. But even without being vegan, this is actually the only thing on the dessert menu I can eat because everything else has creamer and milk in it, and I'm lactose intolerant. That is a very satisfying texture between the vegan ice cream and the bread pudding. And sweet, but not overly sweet, which I like. That's why I usually avoid dessert, is I don't like things that are incredibly sweet. It's too much for me. I take one bite and I'm done. This is very shareable. I give this a solid 3.5 out of 5 stars. Hello everybody, Princess and the Bear here. And we just finished at Narcoossee's. Narcoossee's?
Yes.
It's a very long name.
It's nice.
It is nice. The atmosphere is nice.
Yes.
The service is good.
Yes.
The food is good.
Yes.
Thoughts?
Overall, I would come back. It's not my first time here, and it won't be my last.
Probably not. I gotta come back for that shrimp and grits. Most definitely. Dessert was good.
Yeah, dessert was pretty decent.
I was very filling. I thought I was gonna leave this place hungry. I'm definitely not hungry.
He actually asked me before we came here if he was gonna like it, and then he liked everything.
I'm very judgy for my seafood. I haven't been secretive about that. I'm very judgy. I judged positively in this case.
It was good. It was good. It was good experience.
I'm saying now that if you have to choose from the 7 Seas Lagoons of restaurants, I know that you don't agree with me because you would recommend to most of these folks California Grill. I would say Narcoossee's over California Grill.
I would actually go with Storybook Dining with Snow White if I have to pick the lagoon. For all of them. Or maybe Citrus Coast.
I would pick here and then California Grill.
California Grill is not necessarily my favorite from a vegan perspective. Yeah, you have like this fusion plate where you can just mix and match what you want, but I feel like there's a lot of other places that have better offerings than California Grill.
Oh?
But Narcoossee's, I can get behind Narcoossee's.
Alright, well, if you guys have a favorite restaurant on Seven Seas Lagoon over these fireworks, because they're exploding right now, you let us know. We want to hear about it.
Yes.
Maybe we'll go to your place next. Let's up in the comments. Hit the notification bell so you see other videos like this, both on Seven Seas Lagoons, no more collars, and we'll see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe.
You heard the girl.